Good morning. My name is Marcus Solar. I'm one of the annuity directors here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. Wanted to thank you all for joining us this morning. This will be a recorded webinar. We do have the guest speaker on this morning, Jake Quigley-Aroli, with us this morning. Nassau is a strategic partner of Insurance Agency Marketing. They are a great partner of ours. They bring a plethora of income and multi-year guarantee annuities to the table for our advisors. The income annuities they bring to the table are industry-leading income annuities for your clients with some of the leading roll-up amounts for your clients to help them achieve their financial dreams and income amounts that they need to outlive their retirement goals. They also have some of the strongest multi-year guarantee rates right now in the marketplace, with the 5-year at 3.1 and the 7-year at 3.2. So very strong products in the marketplace today. If you do have questions as we go through their portfolio, please feel free to list any questions down in the question box below, and we will try to answer those as we go through. Again, this is going to be a recorded webinar. So if you do get pulled away for any questions from clients stopping in the office or making a phone call, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to get you a copy of the webinar after it has been completed. Again, my name is Marcus. My last name is Solar. I'm one of the annuity directors here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. We have been in business for over 30 years, helping independent advisors like yourself help your clients achieve their financial goals. And we do that by helping you first with your business. We help you through their new producer builder program. It is a way for us to say welcome aboard. Thank you for joining Insurance Agency Marketing Services. And what can we do to help boost your business and your sales? It is for fixed index annuity business sales and single premium life business. It is a way, whether it's $100,000 that you write with us for this first 6 months that you're on board with us, or all the way up to $1 million. It's a way for you to help keep your pipeline full, or help you with some type of marketing activity to help market and brand your business. Again, it is a way for us to say thank you and welcome aboard. We look forward to a very strong partnership together. We do have the IMS Business Builders. We do realize how expensive it is to stay in business going forward. So we do have a program that will pay you back if you do refer a advisor to our organization. You do get paid $50 at one-time bonus when your referral does contract with our organization. When your referral does do their first piece of business with us, you get another $100. And then any ongoing business that they do write, you do get ancillary income off of the business that they do write for years to come as well. For you, the advisor, we do have marketing reimbursement. You get $200 per $100,000 that you write in single premium life business, or you get $200 for $10,000 in target premium, and $100 for any index annuity premium that you write through our organization. Another way that we can help offset any cost within your business on an ongoing basis. We do have some of the strongest back office support in the industry to take some of the smaller tasks off your plate, like doing any type of life or annuity quotes for upcoming appointments. We do have paperless contracting, top sales and expertise and coaching. If you're looking for any types of forms at your fingertips, case design, we can do that. So you can do what you do best, which is stay in front of your clients and prospects alike. We do offer to our advisors the Firelight system. It is the electronic application system through our website. It does streamline the process immensely for advisors. It does eliminate a lot of errors and mistakes or missing requirements. Once it is done, the application comes directly to us and then on to the carrier, which helps the process of the application and gets you paid quicker, gets a policy back to the client much faster and quicker as well. We do have about 75 to 80% of the carriers on board, which are all listed on the left side of the screen. The carriers on the right side, we do anticipate coming on board with that system within the next few months. If you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to our sales team here at the office at 1-800-255-5055. We do offer one of the strongest creative marketing teams within the industry. They will meet you where you are in your practice, whether you're just coming into the business or have been in the business for many years. They will help you with a business logo, design of your website, social media marketing. If you are just getting into the industry or if you've been in the industry for a long time, they will help you with green screen advertising, design marketing strategy, online newsletters, advertising on the major networks. If you have questions with regards to advertising or anything to do with marketing solutions, you can either reach out to Curtis Hawks or Jacob Tedlock in our marketing department. They'd be able to answer any questions for you. Again, you can reach them here at the office at 1-800-255-5055. We do also, I want to touch on a very important piece here. When you do call into the office, we do not have voicemail. We do have a 3-ring guarantee that every phone call that does come into our office live is answered within 3 rings. We do obviously understand the importance of the advisor. If it isn't for you guys out and gals out in the field, we wouldn't be here in the office. So we do make that promise to you that every call is going to be answered live during business hours. On weekends and nights, we do make the IMS website available to you for the quoting software, for the sales tools, for the sales resource library, which has presentation materials, quoting materials, articles for you to see. We also have the annuity grid and long-term care grid out on that site as well. So all of the sales resource pieces are available to you outside of business office, but during business office, we will answer your calls live within 3 rings, and that's a guarantee here by ownership. We do offer Retirement Analyzer. Retirement Analyzer is a retirement income planning tool that helps you help your clients achieve their financial goals or forecast their retirement goals. It does help them answer the questions at the bottom of the page here. You know, what if I were to die prematurely? What effect would that have on my overall family's plan? Or, you know, what if the plan in which I believe to be true when it comes to my retirement plan turned out not to be true? When would I like to know that? Today or the first day of retirement? So again, this is a retirement income planning software tool that we do make available to our advisors as long as they are contracted with our core carriers and currently writing business through insurance agency marketing as an additional value add on an ongoing basis. We do offer insurance agency marketing and wealth management. It is a choice for financial advisors that are looking to achieve their Series 65 license. Those folks that don't want to leave additional money on the table and really want to strengthen and deepen those relationships with their clients, improve the client retention, increase their revenue from their overall practice. If you are considering or looking at getting your Series 65 license, I'm going to launch a poll here. Please let us know if you are interested in getting licensed with the 65. I will have insurance agency marketing or IMS wealth management reach out to you and they can answer any additional questions for you at this point in time. But this will hedge against you possibly losing this business to someone down the street if you do not have that license or do not have a resource for somebody to help you manage those assets. So I'm going to go ahead and close that up here, and we'll go continue on here. We did announce our top producer trip a few weeks back. It is going to be a cruise from Rome, Italy. It's going to cruise around the Europe and go back to Venice, Italy. It's going to be a week-long cruise. Qualification period is going to be December through June of 2022, and the trip actually is going to be in August through September, beginning of September in 2022. It's going to take 4.5 million points to qualify for that trip. If you have interest or want more information on that Top Producer Summit, please give our office a call. Any of the annuity marketers would be more than happy to discuss the details around that trip and what it would take to qualify. And no matter what business you write, whether it's long-term care, life, MedSup, annuity, all that business that you write does count towards this Top Producer Summit. You can also follow and like us through LinkedIn, Facebook accounts. We have both of them. We do put updated articles on both of those. All of our annuity business directors do put articles out there as well. So please link in and track us on both Facebook and LinkedIn. We'd love to have you join us and follow us on both those accounts, those social media accounts. If you have any questions on this, again, you can reach out to Jacob or Curtis in my marketing department, and they would be more than happy to answer any questions for you on any of our social media accounts, either on the LinkedIn or Facebook. At this point in time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to Jake. Again, Jake, I do appreciate the partnership, the strong partnership here with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. I've had the pleasure of working with Jake and Nassau now for about 2.5 years at this point in time. Again, they do bring a very strong portfolio of products to the industry and to IMS for us to share with our advisors. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jake at this point in time and have him cover all of the questions across the board. Thanks, Jake.
Awesome, Marcus. Well, thank you for the introduction, and thank you everybody for taking time to jump on the webinar here today. It is definitely an exciting time to me to be in this industry. It's a challenge. At the same time, though, it's a challenging time to be in this industry. You know, we faced a lot of headwinds over the last 14, 15 months, a lot of challenges. It had a lot of great success stories, and I can't thank Insurance Agency Marketing, Marcus, for their partnership. I can't thank them enough for taking the time to continue to promote the Nassau brand, seeing the great value in the product portfolio. And we're really going to take some time today to talk about the great opportunity that we've got in front of us. The product, obviously being on the carrier side, the product manufacturer, we've got some unbelievable opportunities right now in terms of competitive advantages from a product standpoint. Because of working with Nassau through Insurance Agency Marketing, you've got some great value add back into your business. And it's kind of funny, Marcus and I were talking before we turned the webinar on here this morning. It's a great time to be talking about indexed annuities because in a way, sort of, if you're in the Midwest, the markets have been a lot like the weather has been over the last couple of weeks. You know, I know he and I were talking about highs in the 70s, potentially even hitting the 80s, and then they're talking about snow next week. So it's sort of that roller coaster. And the great thing is with the FIA portfolio, we can protect clients against the ups and the downs of the markets. Unfortunately, we can't protect you against the weather, but we can protect you and ensure that you've got an income stream that you can never outlive. So without further ado, let's get things rolling here today. And before we get into the meat of the presentation, and when I start talking about the products, I want to give you some sales ideas, some sales concepts that I have advisors successfully using the products today, how they're positioning it and how they're leveraging the industry-leading guarantees, the industry-leading accumulation opportunities with the Nassau portfolio. So maybe that'll help you conceptually, really get your arms and head around the product and think about prospects and clients that you're working with. But before we get there, I want to talk a little bit about Nassau. Take 90 seconds or so and give you sort of the elevator pitch of who we are. Hopefully it's a name that if you haven't heard of or you're not familiar with, it's at least one that you've seen out in the industry. You can see we've been in business since 1851, so this is our 170th year in business. We've been doing this for a long, long time, and along that trajectory, one of the things that we get the most positive feedback from a company perspective is the fact that we insured Abraham Lincoln. So along those 170 years, we've got some real good sort of affirmation of what we're doing, really helping people maintain the lifestyle they want throughout their retirement days. But when you look at the Nassau name, it's a name that is newer to the industry and really came in 2016 when Nassau came in and purchased, at the time, Phoenix Life and Annuity Company. And some of the great things that have happened since the acquisition in 2016 that have really put the transformation of the company from Phoenix over to Nassau. You've seen that back in 2019 when we received an AM Best upgrade. One is, as far as I'm aware, of only 3 insurance companies to receive an upgrade over the last 4 or 5 years. Then in 2020, Nassau completed the acquisition of Foresters Life of New York. And for those of you that have any insight in terms of the process that goes through this, it is a very regulated process. You've got State Department insurances involved, a lot of different third parties in there sort of doing a review to make sure that obviously the acquisition makes sense, not only from a corporate perspective, but from the clients and policyholders that are involved. So you've seen an AM Best upgrade, the acquisition of Foresters Life of New York, and then already in 2021, Nassau went into agreement with Wilton Re and Stone Point Credit, where they've committed, Wilton and Stone Point have committed a minimum of $100 million in additional capital to Nassau to continue the growth trajectory that the company's on. So again, all these things point to the third-party affirmation that the transformation since 2016 Nassau has been putting the company through is continuing to move us in the right direction. And last but not least, when you look financially, you see a very sound, strong company. Today, my solvency ratio sits at roughly 105%. What that means for every dollar of liabilities Nassau has, we have roughly $1.05 in assets on the book. That puts us up there with some of the top A-plus rated companies in the industry today. In addition to that, my risk-based capital sits at roughly 550%. So very, very strong, sound financial company. We see that third-party affirmation, and we've been doing this for a long, long time. And the importance of that is when you start seeing the strength in the Nassau portfolio, the strength in the Nassau Insurance Agency Marketing Partnership, what you're going to see is, when you make a recommendation of a Nassau product, the benefits, the reasons that you put a client into one of these products is going to be there at their time of need. And when we think about Nassau, I sort of operate today under the tagline of Nassau, the best 5G as it relates to insurance companies. And the first G out there is guarantees. Marcus mentioned it. We are leading the field today with the Nassau My Annuity, our 5-year and 7-year multi-year guaranteed annuity contract. This is a great time to be talking about multi-year guarantees. As we know, April and October are the 2 biggest months in terms of CD renewals. And when you look out in the open markets at CDs, you're going to generally find, especially obviously on the shorter term, rates 0.25%, 0.5%. Today you're looking at Nassau, 2 different contract durations of either 5 or 7 years, 2 different liquidity options of RMDs only or up to 10% penalty-free withdrawal. But on our 5-year product, you're looking at up to a 3.1% guaranteed rate each and every year for the 5 years. On the 7-year, as high as 3.2%. The top multi-year guaranteed rates that you have in the industry today. Here's a great way. We've got some great customized marketing pieces that you can blast this out, put it to your social media, and hopefully generate some prospecting calls, generate some clients, knowing that we're getting ready to enter one of the top, again, CD renewal rate periods out there today. And again, you're going to be offering a rate that most clients are not able to get in the open markets today. Some other great consumer-friendly features with the product. You see, even if you elect the 0% free withdrawal option, on qualified assets, your client is still able to get access to required minimum distributions without any penalty on the Nassau side of things. You have a product that's going to pay full account value at death. In addition to that, based on state availability, nursing home and terminal illness waivers that are going to waive surrender charges. So very consumer-friendly when you look at the product design. Know that these 5-year rates up to 3.1, 7-year rates up to 3.2 are available only through the Nassau e-application process. But again, a great way to prospect, a great way to get additional clients and conversations in terms of your business and your practice. When you look at the Nassau the Nassau multi-year guaranteed annuity, we have the ability to put together customized illustrations, and you know exactly what your client knows exactly what they're going to get at the end of the 5 years or 7-year term. They know exactly what that 3.1 or 3.2% rate is going to mean from an interest perspective. Maybe you have a client that you blast out a customized piece and you start a conversation. We put together a great piece when a multi-year guaranteed annuity makes sense. And it goes through and does a comparison versus CDs. You can see it talks about size, term, interest rates, liquidity, withdrawal provisions, a lot of great features that, again, you can pass on to a client, let them do some research, and really see the value in terms of the product and the rate that we're able to offer. So again, a great piece that's available to you through insurance agency marketing via Nassau. Let's transition now, though, to the second G, and that's another guarantee inside of the whole 5G equation. And this is with the Nassau industry-leading flagship product inside of our portfolio, the personal income annuity. The name of this product says it all. This is a product that was designed to be a leader in the guaranteed income space. When you sit down with a client and you come to the realization that with a bucket of assets, the goal or the purpose of this asset is to provide the highest level of guaranteed lifetime income, to supplement Social Security. The only question you need to ask at that point in time is when. When are you transitioning to the distribution from the accumulation stage? If it's happening within the first 3 years after issue, we're going to look at our income today rider. If it's happening maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years down the road, that's where we're going to look at the income tomorrow rider. But a ton of flexibility with this product, the ability to get income out as soon as 30 days after issue through the guaranteed annual lifetime income rider or the 10% penalty-free withdrawal feature, as well as the ability to do joint payouts on qualified assets. Now let's quickly talk about that income today, income tomorrow rider before we look at a couple sales strategies with the products. Income today. Your client is going to get an immediate 30% bonus to their income account or benefit base. If they come in with a $100,000 premium, at issue, that benefit base sits at $130,000. Now, if that client activated that guaranteed annual lifetime income as soon as 30 days, anywhere between 30 days after issue and that first contract anniversary, Nassau is going to calculate that guaranteed annual income stream off of $130,000. But if your client defers at least one contract anniversary, at the end of the first anniversary or 12th month, Nassau is going to add another 7.5% bonus to the benefit base. And if they defer at least 2 years or 24 months, at the end of the second contract anniversary, Nassau is going to add another 7.5% bonus, giving your client a full 45% bonus to their benefit base or income account. That's peace of mind, predictability, in a period of time when we see a ton of volatility out in the open markets. If you could go to a client and say, let's take all the guesswork out. We know you're going to rely on this bucket of assets providing a guaranteed annual income stream at some point in time. Do you want to risk the volatility that's out there today? This is a difficult time to retire. What if I could guarantee your income account would grow it up to 45%? Does that give you the peace of mind to know that you're going to have that asset there for as long as you live? Maybe that client's time horizon was a little bit longer, so they're thinking, 5, 6, 7, 8 years down the road. That's where you're going to look at the income tomorrow rider. And instead of getting a big upfront bonus, here what we're going to do is we're going to grow your client's benefit base at a guaranteed 14% simple per year. We're going to grow 14% simple per year for up to 10 years or until the client activates a guaranteed lifetime income rider, whichever comes first. Again, peace of mind, predictability. Your client knows exactly what they're going to get at their time of need. When you start looking at case designs, let's talk about a couple great sales strategies that I have advisors using today to really maximize, squeeze every penny from an income perspective out of this bucket of assets. Take advantage of the industry-leading benefit-based bonuses or roll-ups and the flexibility of the product to get income as soon as 30 days after issue through the 10% penalty-free withdrawal. Now you can see 68-year-old client, $100,000 premium. If they were to drop that bucket of assets into the personal income annuity and activate that rider immediately, they would generate an industry-leading $5,694 in guaranteed annual lifetime income. But by activating that rider immediately, what the client is doing is they're leaving those additional 7.5% bonuses with the income today rider off the table, since we've already calculated that income stream. So again, what these advisors do is they put together a customized illustration, and instead of activating the rider immediately, they take that 10% penalty-free withdrawal, and in this scenario, we withdraw 6% or $6,000. And we take that out for the first 2 contract years, again, allowing the client to access that additional 7.5% bonus. Then beginning year 2, that client activates the guaranteed annual lifetime income rider, and they lock in a guaranteed $6,017. Again, all on a guaranteed basis. Your client has increased their initial income over what would have been $56.94 by over 5%, all the way up to $6,017. Again, squeezing every penny that we can out of the product and the industry-leading benefit-based bonuses, again, taking advantage of the flexibility of the product. Another great way of advisors using this product, more focused on the income tomorrow strategy, is to fund life insurance. Maybe they've got a qualified plan where that client isn't looking to take required minimum distributions. And a great way for you to find that out is somebody who has, in their 70s, who has a qualified account. Ask them if they took advantage of the CARES Act. Did they take their RMD last year, or did they defer it because they were allowed to? And if they deferred it, that generally is saying they don't need that required minimum distribution. So let's go out and drop that bucket of assets into the personal income annuity, elect the income tomorrow rider, that 14% guaranteed roll-up. Then we use the penalty-free withdrawal, and we use that to fund the life insurance policy. So a great way for you to get 2 sales out of 1 bucket of assets and really address the client's need or concern that they had. We've got some great customized marketing pieces, just like we do with the multi-year guaranteed annuity, that you can highlight the income today, income tomorrow strategy. Again, include your contact information there. Again, a way for you to hopefully reach out to and touch base with additional prospects or clients. Now let's transition to the third guarantee, the 3 Gs, and we're going to wrap up the guaranteed side of the equation here with the Nassau Personal Protection Choice product. This is a product that I've seen sales volumes more than triple over the last 5 months. And as I talk with advisors selling this product, one of the biggest reasons why is an elevated concern for health and well-being. And obviously a lot of that has been generated by the pandemic, but what you're going to see with the Nassau Personal Protection Choice is a product that's going to provide a competitive guaranteed annual lifetime income, but also within the same product, with the same asset, give your client elevated income for nursing home stays, for in-home care stays, as well as provide a lump sum death benefit. So let's break it down, and we're not going to spend time really talking about the income today, income tomorrow rider. You see on the screen in front of you with one of our customized marketing pieces, you've got the same rider that you had with the personal income annuity. The difference is the payouts are slightly reduced. They're roughly 3 to 4% less with the personal protection choice. But by taking that slightly reduced income, you now have the opportunity to attach the care protection enhancement. And what this rider does is, again, if your client were to go into a nursing home, Nassau is going to increase that guaranteed annual income your client was receiving by up to 250%. Nassau is going to pay that benefit directly to your client for up to 5 years, as long as they continue to qualify, even if the account value is depleted to 0. Now, maybe your client doesn't go into a nursing home, but they're not able to fulfill 2 of 6 ADLs, and they need in-home care. That can be from a family member or qualified care practitioner. In that situation, Nassau is going to increase that guaranteed lifetime income your client's receiving by up to 175%. Again, payable directly to your client for up to 5 years, as long as they continue to qualify, even if the account value is depleted to 0. And again, I stress that point because as far as I'm aware of, Nassau is only one of 2 companies that pay that benefit, even if the account value has been depleted to 0. And the reason to me that's important is, think about when the average critical care stay starts. It doesn't generally happen when a client's in their early 70s. It doesn't generally happen when they're in their mid-70s. Critical care stay starts are generally happening late 70s, some point in their 80s, maybe even their 90s. If that client's been taking income for 10, 15, 20 years, and then we enhance that income by up to 250%, we're going to run through that remaining bucket of assets at a pretty fast rate. Well, again, Nassau is going to provide that predictability and peace of mind for your client to know they're going to get that benefit at their time of need. The other great differentiator that you have is that this rider is transferable. And what I mean by that, in a spousal situation, in a joint contract situation, spouse one goes into a nursing home, receives that 250% enhancement for 2 years, and then unfortunately pass away. Spouse two keeps that contract in force, so we revert back to that guaranteed lifetime income stream that they were receiving. 10 years down the road, spouse two goes into a nursing home. There's still 3 years remaining on that 250% enhancement they would have access to again, provide that peace of mind and provide that predictability in terms of guarantees. That's not it when you look at the personal protection choice. You and your client have elected between the time horizon of today or tomorrow from an income perspective. You had the opportunity to attach the care protection benefit. Last but not least, now you can look at our family protection rider. This is a guaranteed enhanced lump sum death benefit where we're going to grow your client's principal at 10% simple through age 70, 5% simple age 71 to 85 for a max of 10 years or until the client turns age 85, whichever comes first. At time of death, Nassau is going to pay this enhanced family protection death benefit in a full 100% lump sum death benefit directly to the beneficiary. So to me, at the end of the day, Nassau, what we're not doing is dictating the terms to the beneficiary of how they have to receive this benefit. All inside of one product now. We've taken care of an income concern. We've addressed long-term care, critical care needs, as well as legacy protection. But let me show you another sales strategy, a lot like what we saw with personal income annuity, but how you can really maximize the benefit and sell the strength of the Nassau personal protection choice. You already saw $100,000 premium inside a personal income annuity is going to generate roughly an industry-leading $5,700 in guaranteed annual lifetime income. That same $100,000 inside of personal protection choice is going to generate roughly $375 less in guaranteed lifetime income for your client. So at that point in time, the question you now have to pose your prospect or client that you're working with is that $32 less in monthly income? Is it worth it to you knowing that if you were to go into a nursing home, you're going to have over $13,000 in benefit paid directly to you for up to 5 years? You're going to have over $9,300 in benefit paid directly to you for up to 5 years if you needed 2 of 6 ADL, if you weren't able to fill 2 of 6 ADLs needed in-home care. And depending on their answer, that's going to lead you down the path of which product we're going to talk about in more detail. But what if, again, we could take advantage of the flexibility, the industry-leading benefit-based bonuses and roll-ups that you have with the Nassau Personal Protection Choice, and we could shrink that difference down to only $6 a month? Does that then change that client's answer? And again, what we're going to do is exactly what we did with personal income annuity. Instead of activating that rider immediately, we're going to take a penalty-free withdrawal of 5.6% or $5,600. We're going to do that for the first 2 years, again, allowing that client to maximize that full 45% bonus. Beginning year 3, we activate that guaranteed lifetime income, and you can see we generate now $5,618 in guaranteed annual lifetime income, or only $6 less a month than what we would have received with that industry-leading $5,694. Not only that, we've also maximized the other benefits. You can see nursing home enhancement over $14,000, over $9,800 for in-home care, and despite the fact that we've taken out over 15% of the initial premium, you also have a guaranteed lump sum death benefit of roughly $108,000 that would be payable in early demise of the client directly in a full lump sum death benefit to the beneficiary. At the end of the day, we've covered a significant amount of risk, a significant amount of concerns a client might have throughout their retirement days, all with one product, one premium, and no underwriting that you're typically used to with products that provide these types of benefits. Now let's transition and let's focus on the 4th G in this whole 5G equation, and something we really haven't spent a lot of time on yet during this presentation, and that's growth or accumulation. This is the newest product inside the Nassau portfolio, a product that I'm extremely excited about, and actually the first index annuity product that I have personally owned. and that's our Nassau growth annuity. Again, a ton of customization, a ton of flexibility. You can see issuing up to age 85. Very competitive compensation on both our 10-year and 7-year product duration, as well as additional compensation if you were to elect the e-application, to go the e-application route. But most importantly, this product is really going to allow your client to shoot for maximum accumulation, to take the enhanced participation rate strategies that we offer by knowing that you've got the peace of mind of this return of premium or return of fee built in, where at the end of 7 or 10 years, depending on contract duration your client elects, or at death, if the index strategies had not performed the way that we had expected, because we went through a period of longer flat growth to down growth, you know your client's never going to get less than what they put into this contract due to fees for maximum accumulation potential, again, by being made whole with that return of premium, return of fee. But the real sizzle with this product is the accumulation opportunities, both S&P as well as our unique Sunrise Smart Passage Index. Back on March 1, so last week, we had a rate increase in terms of the crediting rates available on the Nassau growth annuity. You can see very, very competitive S&P 500 strategies. 1-year S&P cap up to 5% on our 10-year product. 1-year par rate, 35%. No cap, no spread, no fee. Or a 1-year S&P par rate where a client is paying a 1% enhanced strategy fee, we bump it all the way up to 48%. And the great thing is when you look across the industry, if you can generally get a 45% par rate, over time you're going to generally outpace the S&P 500 when you get that inside of an index annuity because we're taking volatility off the table. So again, for that 1% enhanced strategy fee, we can bump that par rate all the way up to 48%, knowing in the back of our mind, if we go through an elongated period where the S&P is down or flat, we have that return of fee feature built into this product. 2-year S&P strategies all the way up to 70% on our 2-year S&P 500 contract. And last but not least, you can see par rates on our Sunrise Smart Passage Index all the way up to 145% on our 10-year or 122% on our 7-year product. Now let's quickly break down what this Smart Passage Index is, because I believe this is a great complementary index alongside the S&P 500, especially with where Nassau's rates are. And when you think about the industry as a whole today, despite the low interest rate environment that we're in for high volatility strategies, despite the introduction of hundreds of new managed volatility control indexes, today still roughly 60 to 70% of FIA assets are allocated to S&P 500 strategies. The other 30-40% are going to these managed vol control indexes. So we got thinking, what if we could create an index that targeted still 100% of FIA assets? Would we have something that would open up sort of opportunities for clients and prospects? And that's where we came up with this Smart Passage Index with Societe Generale. And what this index is it's focused on the low vol phenomenon, which states that over time, low volatility stocks tend to outperform higher volatility stocks. But to target that 100% of assets, we wanted to base this index off of the S&P 500. And we did that by pulling the 200 least volatile stocks inside of the S&P 500. So that gives us our low vol philosophy, and it gives us our tie-in to the S&P 500. From there, we wanted to design this index with the goal of outperforming the S&P 500. And if you go back since 2000, the Smart Passage Index has actually outperformed the S&P 500 on an average annual basis by north of 3.75%. But to give it that managed volatility control index, to give it the opportunity to get equity-like returns, instead of having where we see the industry average 5, 6, 7% vol target, we bumped it up with the Smart Passage Index to 16.5% to really mirror the volatility of the S&P, which sits at about 16%. So now we've got that link to the S&P 500 with those low vol stocks. We've got that managed volatility, opening up access to the other 34% with that 30-40% of assets with that 16.5% vol target. But last but not least, and you saw it with the crediting rates, we're also able to offer, by the design of this index, 3 to 3.5 times the par rates that you see on your standard S&P strategies today. And you saw that with up to the 145% par rate on the 10-year or up to 122% on the 7-year. So how is Nassau able to provide those types of participation rates despite the challenging pricing environment that we're in today? It's by highlighting that sunrise strategy or that sunrise concept. And what that sunrise concept does is it removes the best performing month in every 12-month cycle. So at the end of 2 years or 24 months, we're actually calculating this return based on 22 actual returns of 22 months. Now I'm going to sit here and I'm not going to tell you that removing that top month doesn't have an impact. But because we have that low vol concept or that low vol idea, what we're doing is we're bringing the highs closer together and we're bringing the lows closer together. And just look at 2019. Top 3 months, 6.5%, 7%, 6.54%. So we would remove that 7.06. But because of that low vol concept, we have several months that really fall around where that top performing month is. And by focusing on that sunrise strategy, that allows us the opportunity to offer 50% more in par rate than what you see with your standard S&P strategy. And take a look at the returns. This is the sizzle. This is the opportunity that you have. You can see where returns range on the 1-year strategies. With that enhanced par rate, last 10 years returned north of 6%. In its worst 10-year period, it did just under 5% per year. The 2-year S&P 500 with enhanced par rate, over 8.25% over the last 10 and north of 7% in its worst 10-year period. But look at that Sunrise Smart Passage Index, up to 145% par rate. You can see over the last 10 years, this returned north of 10.5% on average per year. And in its worst 10-year, it's returned roughly 9.75% on average. Very strong accumulation opportunity, a couple great opportunity alongside the Nassau Personal Income Annuity or Personal Protection Choice, which is going to give you the value of the guarantees. Here's your accumulation play inside the Nassau portfolio. Now, we've spent a lot of time talking about the Group A states, slightly reduced rates in our Group B states, but still very, very competitive overall returns. Again, we have the ability to put together customized illustrations. Our illustration software will be updated with numbers through the end of 2020 this Friday, so a couple days away, and you'll be able to put together customized illustrations showing you the types of returns that you're seeing on the screen in front of you. We already talked about the great rates on the 7-year product as well, up to 122% par rates on the Smart Passage Index, up to 57% on S&P-based strategies, and again, a little bit more flexibility and customization with the 7-year. One of the other things we briefly talked about is optional income riders, and those are available on the 10-year version of the growth annuity only. We're seeing a lion's share of assets where the income rider is elected, falling into the optional income rider, so our low-cost rider, where for only 25 basis points, we're going to attach a benefit base that is going to grow at 150% of index credits. If your client were looking for a little bit more from a guarantee perspective, they can attach the Amplified Income, elect the Amplified Income Plus rider, where we're going to increase the cost up to 95 basis points. Your client's still going to get 150% of index credits, but they're also going to get the benefit of a guaranteed 3% simple roll-up for up to 15 years or until the client activates the rider. Now again, all of these returns are based on past performance. But here you can see why I believe this is a great complementary sale alongside personal income annuity or personal protection choice. You can see the type of income that's available. This is with the low-cost amplified income rider. $100,000 10 years ago would be generating over $17,600 today. 15 years ago, that same $100,000 would be generating over $36,000 in annual income to your client. And that's, again, based off of those past performance and those real strong accumulation numbers that you see with the Smart Passage Index. Now, let's wrap things up and let's talk about the fifth G, the giveaways that's really put us over the top. And this is our way of thanking you for working with Nassau through insurance agency marketing, a partnership that again, Marcus mentioned it up front, and I'm going to reiterate it. A lot of great back and forth, a lot of great opportunities to continue to build in 2021 and build our partnership together. But our way of thanking you for working with insurance agency marketing is by offering our Nassau Elite 2021 program. for only $1.5 million in qualifying credits, you have the opportunity to qualify for some great value add back to your business. First and foremost, again, achieving that $1.5 million in FIA qualifying credits and maintaining that 80% placement ratio. You're going to have access to a compensation enhancement where your first year qualifying for Nassau Elite, we're going to pay you a 50 basis point bonus retro to $1 on your entire block of sales. For your second consecutive year, we're going to increase that bonus to 75 basis points. Again, go retro to $1 on FIA sales for that year, and again, pay you 75 basis point bonus on your entire block of sales. In addition to that, you're going to qualify for elite level service. You'll have a dedicated new business case manager. You'll have access to suitability team. Beginning May 1, we are going to have a pre-approval using our EAP system where you're going to have auto approvals from a suitability standpoint. A lot of great value add that we're working to put back into your business. And last but not least, later this year, we're going to be announcing a trip location. Again, there'll be a criteria there, but we'll have a trip location for qualifying for Nassau Elite. And again, I know we're coming to the end of this promotion, but our way of thanking you for working with Nassau through insurance agency marketing is, again, to offer you double credit for all FIA submits during Q1 of 2021. So technically, to get these great value adds back into your business, you could submit only $750K in FIA premium and still qualify to be Nassau Elite. Last year, you can see we paid out over an additional $1.6 million in compensation, and we're excited to obviously increase that year over year as more and more people continue to qualify for this program. And at the end of the day, when you break it down, it comes down to only $125,000 in FIA issues on a monthly basis. You also have, again, continued access to Nassau e-contract delivery, e-application process, ways to continue to bring efficiencies back into your business by taking advantage of these great electronic platforms. So let's wrap things up. And again, I can't thank you enough for taking the valuable time out of your day. I'm excited about the opportunity. We have a number of enhancements continuing to come through the remainder of this quarter, well into next quarter, that will continue to move Nassau forward. And I'll be excited to continue to roll those out over the coming weeks and months. But as we talk about the opportunity today, I showed you some sales strategies to maximize income for clients. Don't leave a penny on the table for your clients. But same goes for you. Take advantage of the Nassau 5G, growth, guarantees, and more guarantees, to squeeze every single penny that you can from a giveaway perspective and compensation perspective with the Nassau Elite program, and continue to take advantage of those double credits through the remainder of quarter one. So with that, again, thank you for the time today. Thank you for the opportunity to earn the business. I'm going to kick things back to Marcus to wrap things up. Maybe we'll have a little Q&A, but I appreciate the time, the opportunity to earn the business. I appreciate the partnership with Insurance Agency Marketing. So Marcus, thanks for the floor. I'll kick it back to you to wrap things up for the afternoon.
I appreciate that, Jake. I appreciate everyone, like Jake said, taking some time to listen into you talk about their portfolio. Again, they have one of the industry leading portfolios when it comes to income riders. Again, their Nassau 5 and 7 year plans are great right now, with April right around the corner. I'm going to launch one more poll here. If you want more information on, well, that didn't work so well. So if you want more information on Nassau, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to cover that with you in a call after the webinar this morning. If you have any questions, please let us know. Jake, I do appreciate you taking time this morning. I appreciate everyone taking time. I will follow up with each and every one of you this morning after the webinar. But at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks, Jake.